Hello everyone, and thank you for clicking on the first video of the series, How to Start a Small Service-Based Business with $1,000. My name is Caleb Smith, and this first video is just an introduction about what I want to accomplish with these videos, what it'll teach you, why I'm doing them, and why it's a good idea to watch them. If you want to just get directly into the content and skip all of the introduction stuff, go to the second video. But if you're curious about what this is and kind of what to expect, stay tuned. As I said before, my name is Caleb Smith, and I grew up overseas. I grew up in Kenya as a missionary kid, and because of that, did not have the opportunity to work there during high school in the summers. My school system was different. I went to a boarding school, so we had 3 terms with basically a month break in between, and during that month, it was just kind of hanging out with my family and relaxing and not really being focused or worried about the future or work or making money. I was just having a good time. Well, I had a major wake-up call when I came to college and had my first summer of freshman year, and I didn't have any friends or family or anyone to hang out with really in the summer, so I got a job. I got my first job as a valet and just started working. Making that money in the beginning was amazing. It was really fun for me. I had never made, money, much less tips. So I was making the hourly and then the tips, and just thinking that I was on top of the world. I had more money than I ever had before. And I thought it was a great thing, I thought it was an amazing opportunity and that I was going to get rich and everything. And then, weeks went by. We were very short staffed at my valet place, so I was filling in a bunch of hours and getting overtime and working 50, 60. One week I clocked 70 hours. So I was working a ton, like just every single day working. And then I started looking back on the weeks that I had worked, and it was all like blurred together. I didn't have memories. I didn't have experiences. I had some money in my bank account, but I had given up so much time, so much summer, just working, standing at a podium, driving other people's cars, and it really started to hit me. I'm trading my life, my time, my hours for dollars. And that was the first sort of wake-up call for me, the first sense that I had that something needs to be different, something must be better. So I started doing research. I started looking around, is this what everyone has to do? Is there another way out of this system? And I came across a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. I'll try and put all the links somewhere around here. But yeah, so I read that book, and it was a huge perspective changer. Changed the way I saw business, kind of opened my eyes to small business and business opportunities and passive income and all these words and definitions that if you're already starting a small business, you most likely have a pretty good idea of what they are. So then from there, I started pursuing other things that could be more passive. I did get caught up a little bit in the multi-level marketing stuff, Amway, Cutco. I thought I could, make it big with those things by, having people under me and they make money and then I make money and everything. And it was just it was almost too good to be true. The sound of it was too good to be true. And when I tried to execute, it was too good to be true. Something about it, it's instead of trading dollars for hours, I was trading my reputation for dollars instead of the time with valet. It was it had to become my whole life, and I had to sell to my friends and get them on board. And it was uncomfortable. It didn't feel like I was providing value to the people that I wanted to be selling to. So, then I moved on, tried something else. I tried a little bit of investing in the stocks, playing the stock market, got caught up there with binary options. It's basically you have to call and say, whether a stock is going to go up or down in a time period, so in a minute. So it basically was like gambling. I would look at some charts and think I had an idea and then say, oh, it's going to go down. And if it goes up, I lose all my money. If it goes down like I called it, I get 75%, well, basically 175% on my money. So I actually made a lot of money in the very beginning doing that. I got lucky, you could call it beginner's luck, and made a bunch of money. And then in one day, making all the wrong trades, I lost over $800, which for someone who's working hourly, trying to, support themselves, that's a lot of money. So yeah, I just lost a lot of money, and I was like, dang, this cannot be right either. It's too risky. It's a guessing game. It feels like gambling, and it was, unless you really, really know what you're doing, which I didn't. So I tried my next entrepreneurial venture, and that was drop shipping, kind of like Amazon, fulfilled by Amazon FBA. Basically with Shopify, I would find a local online warehouse in China, so like AliExpress, Alibaba, that type of thing, buy inventory at a wholesale price, and then use social media marketing to try and sell it in America where I could sell it for a high. So I buy a phone case in China for $250, pay $1 for shipping, and then sell it to a customer for $25 and just keep the difference. Which, that also did not feel like value. It felt like I was overselling a $2.50 worth phone case, and I made some money off of it. Towards the end of the summer, I actually was breaking even, and I learned a ton from it. Learned so much about business and marketing and that kind of thing, and continued to read books, continued to learn. But it wasn't successful or sustainable, and it didn't feel like I was providing value. So on to my third summer in college, my junior year. Finished up my junior year, and I had been brooding and scheming about something that was actually going to provide value to a customer and actually be something that I could, put my hard work into and see it come to fruition. And I decided that a service-based business would be the best thing. So throughout these videos, I'll be giving examples based on my business experience from this service-based business. It's towards the end of the summer. I've been doing it for about 5-6 months. I've had way more success with this than I have any of my other things, and I feel good about it. I feel like I'm providing value, and I feel like it's the right thing to do. So the company that I started is Lakescape Services. What we do at Lakescape Services sounds kind of interesting, but it's lake weeding. So in Minnesota, the land of 10,000 lakes, a lot of people have weeds that grow in and around their dock area and the riffraff and everything like that. So what we do is come in with scuba diving gear and remove the weeds. In addition to that, we also do landscaping. So that's very general, like only hand tool stuff. So we didn't have a lot of equipment startup cost, but basically shovels, rakes, stuff like that. And then just have crews go to people's houses and do mulch, sod, weeding, general landscaping, very simple, very easy type of stuff. So those are the two sides of my business. And through the process of starting this business and working hard at it and learning what worked and what didn't, I learned an incredible amount. And finally, after all those different things that I tried, this is the first thing that I felt like I'm really providing value. My customers, love the work that we do. It's making good money. It's sustainable. It has a lot of potential for growth. And basically, I wanted to make these videos. Well, first of all, because it's my senior project, but also because I believe it has a lot. There's a lot of value in the information that I learned, and I had to learn, a lot of it the hard way, kind of from trial and error, and from and I had a very low startup budget, like $1,000. So basically, from the information that I learned, I want to give everyone who's watching this, like a very concise, like to the point and informational video. Two types of kind of like learning or like thing that you can get from this video is conceptual, and then like actual like logistical, like detailed how-to type of stuff. So some of the videos I'll say, this is more of a conceptual thing and a way to think about business and a way to kind of visualize and set up your business like that. And the other will be, how-to steps, like this is how to set up a bank account. This is how to go into QuickBooks and set that up. So there's going to be those two things. With the conceptual ones, you don't necessarily have to be at your computer or whatever, but I would recommend that when I'm talking about the how-to stuff, if you're really just starting up and you want to do it as quickly and efficiently as possible, be at your computer when you're watching this. Be like ready to follow along, and you can pause the video, fast forward it, rewind it, do whatever you need to do. But the information is going to be there so you can set it up and as we go along in this video. The information that I'm going to give you today and through these videos is coming from my personal experience, but also from a plethora of books, online articles, blogs, YouTube videos, eavesdropped conversations that I heard some other business people talking about, like several different like sources of input. And I'm going to do my best to add the links to those and add the book title so you can go and read them yourself. If I do have a book title in here, I'm not going to put a book that I don't think you should read or that wasn't helpful. Like, I'm only going to put stuff that was really helpful to me and really helped me, start making money and start providing value and think about business in a different way. So all the things that I put in here, all the links, I highly recommend you at least check them out. Maybe get the audio book, get the actual book, get a synopsis of it, get some sort of information from these books because they're extremely helpful and got me a long way in this. So without further ado, we'll move on to the next video if you're still with me, and we're going to talk about how to actually set up your business bank account, how to register your business, set up QuickBooks, set up your website, all this in one video. So stay tuned, get ready for it.